Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am back feeling wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. No, not really. I didn't sleep too well last night. Again. Having issues with my family again. The electricity, my parents are elderly, and the electricity gets on and off, keeps going out on them. So, I mean, for the last 3 days, I've been having to pick them up and take them back to my house. They're elderly, so 105 degrees in El Paso is a hot box inside the house, and they have swamp coolers. And I just got them refrigerated air, so I'm happy about that. But while they were doing that, the electricity went out like 5 times. So, anyway, a lot of you got on me about the John McAfee. And all I got to say is about John McAfee, yes, turns out he owned a unit in the building that fell in Miami. I put that together with the First Lady of Paraguay. There was a lot of suspect Look, if you look at the First Lady from Paraguay, they were getting ready to make a Bitcoin a tender in Paraguay. Her family died in that building. Now, also, McAfee, his condo was in that building. Lots. I mean, folks, there's so much going on here. How can you not be paying attention to anything else with what's going on in the world today? I don't give a shit what game is on. I don't care what movie's out. This is the most exciting big show that there can ever be on planet Earth. This is it. We're in it. Nothing's better than the reality we're living in. Exciting times and explosive times coming up ahead, folks. Here it comes. The first domino to fall. By the way, 1 year, 6 months sober today. My anniversary today. Man, hard to believe I put down the bottle a year and 6 months ago today, the 26th. I quit drinking December 26th. And my life has changed. I mean, I never would have anticipated this, but, you know, take the leap of faith and the net shall appear. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. There is a God. There is a God. I'm a walking testimony. I'm a walking miracle. I should be dead. I should be dead. I got bonus time, folks. Folks, The Mexican Mix, my mom's book on Amazon. Please leave her a nice review. Be nice to my mom. Be nice to my mom. And my book, When the Lights Go Out, on Amazon as well. I'm approaching 200 reviews. It's doing all right. It's doing pretty good. So let's first talk about Noble Gold. The link's down below with Noble Gold. Gold and silver has stood the test of time. They give stability in times like these. Folks, I'm going with gold and silver more so than crypto. I don't trust any of the crypto right now. If you like to gamble, go crypto. But for me, gold and silver. Start an IRA this month with Noble Gold, and along with the first-class service, they're gifting a 1/10 ounce gold bullion American Eagle coin. And you'll have peace of mind that you've made the right choice, as well as growing thousands of extra tax-deferred dollars in your fund over the years, safely and steadily. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com or hit the link below, folks, and get your bullion coin. Bullion coin. So, yeah, John McAfee's unit was in that building that went down. Interesting, right? Told you, hot summer, nuclear winter. We're going to see more suicides, people that suicided. I bet you he's singing like a canary right now. I bet you he's spilling his guts right now. Here's my take on McAfee. Good man. And said he could not believe what he walked into, let's say. And I'm going to read a tweet here from John McAfee. This was in June 9th, 2019. I've collected files on corruption in governments. For the first time, I'm naming names and specifics. I'll begin with corrupt CIA agent and 2 Bohemian officials. Coming today, If I'm arrested or disappear, 31 plus terabytes of incriminating data will be released to the press. Well, you can't trust the press either. I can't wait for the media to fall. How many of you cannot wait? Come on, mouthpieces. All of you mouthpieces working for the media, step it up. You're in a dying industry. The new industry is the truther movement. I'm living proof of that. I don't understand why these people don't come out and just go against their networks. I mean, it's not like it's not like people get starstruck when you see a news anchor. At least do your job of journalism. It's not like you're doing journalism at all on the news anymore. You're just reading from a screen, a script. At least have some fucking balls. Have some balls and make a difference in the world. There's been 2 that have come out, Ivory Hecker and another girl from CBS. There should be more. There should be more. That's all I'm saying. Folks, coming into this Arizona situation, I have to start even being careful with saying that word. The Arizona situation, accounts are being taken down already. Accounts are being bombed. It's happening. It's already happening. They have an AI that follows these accounts, and you use enough of the word, and boom, your account is your account is bombed. And I'm not going to keep putting up new accounts. So I got to be careful. This is FluffTube. I'm on FluffTube. And my fringe content will always be on ninoscorner.tv. Speaking of fringe content, I interviewed 107 last night talking about the panic in D.C. and the panic in the DHS and what's happening. False flags to come. Many false flags to come. We're all expecting this. We all know it. It's coming. I'm expecting cyber attacks. I'm expecting, and it's not going to be Russia, or China. Could be China. But it's a deep state that's doing this shit. It's them. That's who it is. Look no further. So I'm expecting all kinds of false flags after this. After this all hits, when the first domino falls, like General Flynn said, explosive, folks. It's gonna get explosive. See. So I talked to 107. I'm going to premiere it tonight. Should I premiere it? I'm guessing I should premiere it. I'm gonna premiere it here for a little bit, but you can go to ninoscorner.tv where it will stay. Where it will stay. But I'm going to premiere it tonight because I feel like the word needs to get out there. But I'm trying not to bomb my platforms. And a lot of you say, well, just go to Rumble and BitChute. Once I upload it to YouTube, it goes there. But here's the thing. I think those platforms are going to be taken down soon. But I'm hoping not. But I've heard word that Telegram, BitChute, Rumble, when all this starts coming out, who do you think they're going to go after, folks? I don't trust it. My glasses are fogging up once again. So 107 and myself talk about the false flags, and one of them could be criminal charges against the Trump organization. They're flirting with the idea. They're flaunting it. They're talking about it. Could Trump be an arrest? Could that be the first arrest that shocks the world? Wouldn't surprise me. But you got to understand the deep state has to play every hand. They're playing every hand they have. Every desperate move they have now. They're just giving them enough rope. So if they do that, if they arrest Trump, put him under a gag order to where he can't communicate with us anymore, that's very possible. But we still got people like Dan Scavino. We still got people around Trump that will be relaying messages, so to speak, folks. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm saying look out for it. It could happen. 107 and I talk about this on ninoscorner.tv, and I will premiere it tonight. Let's say I premiere it about 8 o'clock tonight, folks. I'll premiere it at 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time tonight. I was on Steve Bannon today. I went on Steve Bannon today to talk about the border. That was on today on Steve Bannon's War Room, and I will be getting the link, and I'll be sharing that on my Telegram. How many of you watched the pathetic... I swear I can give this guy an Oscar. General Milley, to me, looks exactly like John Goodman from The Big Lebowski. When he played The Big Lebowski, have you guys seen The Big Lebowski? That's who General Milley looks like to me. He looks like John Goodman, and I've met John Goodman. I like John Goodman. My best friend who passed away, Preston Hartzog, God rest his soul, my best friend, was one of my best friends. His brother-in-law was John Goodman, and I'm going to tell you something. I'm not saying anything bad about John Goodman. I'm just saying General Milley looks like John Goodman. He does. He looks like him. Kind of reminds me of the monster in Monsters, Inc. But anyway, General Milley gets up there, goes on record to sell out every white American how we should feel guilty. What is white rage, folks? I have a lot of Mexican rage, I'll tell you that right now. I got a lot of Mexican rage. I'm pissed. It's like, what? You got the black situation, you got the white situation. Where the Mexicans are just kind of caught in the middle. We're just kind of caught in the middle, like, ¿qué pues? No sé. So, General Milley goes on record to sell out every white American in a pathetic plea for critical race theory. He wants to find out the reason for white rage and blames the Capitol riot on white rage. This is what I talk about, folks, when I say it's time to pick a lane. You're watching people pick a lane. Right now, in real time, you're watching people pick a lane. It's a spiritual warfare at the highest. What you're seeing, a fucking general get on there like a little girl and talk about white race. Give me a fucking break. It was disgusting. Disgusting to watch. This is a military general, ladies and gentlemen. Scares you a little bit to see how fast someone can get compromised. How fast they can flop. Scary. But he still looks like John Goodman from The Big Lebowski. Oh, man. How many of you have seen The Big Lebowski? It looks like him. It looks like him. I keep looking at him. I'm like, oh, fuck. The dude. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office has informed lawyers for the Trump Organization that it could face criminal charges in connection with benefits it has provided to company employees, a person familiar with the matter said. So they're reaching for straws now, folks. I think they're going to find all different kind of ways to go after Trump with criminal charges. Also, when I talked to 107, he talks about why he didn't sign the Insurrection Act, despite what other people are saying. 107 talks about that on ninoscorner.tv, why that didn't happen. And it makes a lot of sense. You got to listen to this. Pay close attention. Take notes, folks. I take notes when Juan speaks because he's a wealth of information. He's a wealth of information, and he goes into great detail. He's long-winded, and I love him for it, but it's great. Man, you got to take notes with this guy. Take notes. So there's been contact between the DA's office and Trump Organization lawyers already. Prosecutors are also likely to announce charges against Alan Weisselberg. Heating up, folks. Like I said, it's heating up. It's heating up. It's getting hot. Like I said it would. I'm sure the condo that collapsed in Miami was just Just a fire. Someone's stove. This is getting crazy. Suicide summer is what I'm going to call it. So Kamala Harris comes to my beloved El Paso, and Kamala, despite what CNN tells you, she was not welcomed here. I don't know if you guys seen the protesters that were outside with the signs, Biden sucks, Kamala swallows. Woo! Oh, a lot of pissed off Mexicans. Folks, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. I'm going to tell you right now, she was not welcomed in El Paso. In fact, where were the people there was nobody here really here to welcome her. Everyone here was pissed. They were pissed. And the problems in the border, okay, I'm going to have Victor Avila on my program, okay? He was with an ICE agent. This guy is legit. I'm going to be having him on ninoscorner.tv, and we're going to talk about this because there's a war zone happening on the border right now. It's a war zone. She came to El Paso, probably the safest place along the border right now. It didn't used to be. From 2005 to about 2013, it was a war zone here. I lost a lot of friends. I lost 9 friends during the cartel wars. 9 of my really good amigos. Compadres. They're extorting people. It's bad, folks. So right now there's all up and down the southern border. There's a war zone. You can see, if you go to Victor Avila's Instagram, you can see the action popping off, shootouts in the middle of the street, and it's starting to come into the United States side now. It's crazy. So she comes to El Paso, kind of like the safe zone, for a photo opportunity, really, to get some positive press. Well, I'll tell you what, she was not welcomed here. She was not welcomed here, no matter what CNN tells you. If any of you ever I'm sure none of my audience watches CNN, but there are people out there who watch it and probably believe that she was welcomed here with open arms. Not happening. Not happening. Didn't happen. She came in for a quick photo op and bolted. And there was a lot of people picketing and protesting, saying, get the fuck out of here. It was bad. So now, that letter in the alphabet, you know what letter I'm talking about. That's also what McAfee had on his post, by the way, before he went out. Before he got suicided. He had that letter in the alphabet on a post. I think that's pretty promising, folks. I think the White Hats have him, and I think he's spilling the info. Let me read this again for you folks. Remember, there was a military plane spotted leaving Spain, going to America. So mysterious one at that. And a lot of people identified it. A lot of people said, hey, man, that's never here. The day of his suicide. So I think he's got the goods, ladies and gentlemen. I think he's in my opinion, now I'm just saying in my opinion, I think he's with the White Hats. That's what I think, assuming. But he had a lot of info. And I'll read this one more time for you guys. His tweet, June 9th, 2019. I've collected files on corruption in governments. For the first time, I'm naming names and specifics. I'll begin with the corrupt CIA agent and 2 Bohemian officials coming today. If I'm arrested or disappear, 31 plus terabytes of incriminating data will be released to the press. Folks, I spent my whole life being a boxer, a fighter. I didn't go to school for journalism. So if I mess up on some facts here and there, if I get some factoids wrong here and there, you guys fact check me. You know what I mean? This is not something I went to school for. I'm doing this because I'm passionate. I have a love for this country, and I have a love for humanity, and I want to see us advance and evolve, not be under bondage and slavery in a prison planet. That's not what I want for humanity. I'm just doing my part. I've survived death twice. I had no idea why. No idea why. I'm on bonus time, folks. I'm trying to make the best out of my bonus time. So that letter in the alphabet that are spreading conspiracy theories of Trump becoming president in August really worry the DHS, says this report. This is scary. So this is why I always promote peace. I don't go to rallies. I don't do it. Me personally, I don't do it. I do enough here with my videos. But folks, it's got to be peaceful. Everything. This is out of our hands. I interview people with information, and I try to have the conversation to help you all formulate your own opinions with what I can give you. But first and foremost, nothing violent, folks. I have to say that. I'm putting my ass and my neck on the line out here by even talking about that, even having a conversation about this stuff. So I have to promote peace. I have to. It's just, and that's what I believe. Earlier, the U.S. media had circulated information that some supporters of that letter in the alphabet conspiracy theory are waiting for summer with the hope of a military coup, which they believe will return Trump to power and to continue his fight against pederasses within the U.S. government, which proponents of that letter in the alphabet allege exists. See how they're trying to make it sound like they're all conspiracy nuts and they're crazy? They're crazy. A top official of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, DHS, told members of Congress on Wednesday that the conspiracy theory that Donald Trump will be reinstated as president in August has raised certain concerns. I've always said this. I don't believe it's happening in August. I think all Lindell is going to be used for is bringing the information. Remember, I told you this is the court of popular opinion. Listen to the 107 interview. That tells you all you need to know. Go to ninoscorner.tv and watch that. Listen to that, because he explains why it won't happen in August, why it will not happen in August. I don't believe it's happening in August, but I think Lindell is doing a fine job of bringing evidence to the table. Remember, this is the court of popular opinion. As 107 says, all the rest is just captured operations. You're not going to get anything done with Congress or the Supreme Court. So that's something to look for, folks. They're worried. They're panicked. That, to me, this shows severe panic. And you got to remember, they're going to try to stop the momentum of the rallies. They got to stop the morale and momentum of these rallies. When you look at like Dan Scavino and you look at people, Papadopoulos, talking about what they're talking about so freely, even if they do put a gag order on Trump, there's so many people around him that are going to be putting out information, folks. By the way, I'm going to be talking to General Tom McInerney next week. Next week on ninoscorner.tv, I'll be talking to General Tom McInerney. I got Victor coming on from the border, doing a report from the border. I've got some good guests coming on, folks. I keep it fluff on YouTube and fringe on my site, on ninoscorner.tv. So they're going to try to do something to Trump, and Juan and I talk about that, to where they're going to try to shut him up, to stop the morale and the momentum. Voter GA scores massive legal win in Fulton County election audit process. Damn it, I said the word. If I get bombed, you know where I'm at. Okay, so voter GA scores massive legal win in Fulton County for the you-know-what process. So now the lawsuit, spearheaded by Favorito and Voter GA, have had their lawsuit advanced, meaning that there is an ample evidence of Bad stuff in Fulton County. This is a massive legal victory for election integrity. Gosh, I'm trying to like say the best I can, but they're going after people, folks. They're going to start censoring and deplatforming people. So I'm trying to dance around everything. It will surely leave the Democrats panicking. I mean, they're not able to sleep at night. They know what's coming. We all already know what's going to happen, but they're just figuring this out. Everything in the dark will be brought to the light. Light always wins, folks. Good guys always win. They could have done this. They did this for decades and decades and decades, but now we're in the Great Awakening. We're waking up. We're pissed off. Well, most of us are waking up. And there's nowhere else for them to hide. They're running out of gas. There's not much further they can run because people are waking up. This is not even mentioning Stacey Abrams, a top Democrat who has been revealed to be in control of staffing during the 2020, in Fulton County. What a coincidence. Results are expected from Maricopa County any day now. The mainstream media is already moving to disprove and discredit the company conducting the you-know-what. Why do any of you even watch this shit? Why do any of you even watch mainstream media? Fox or CNN? Why? It's all bullshit. Then this, once again using blacks as the scapegoats. When in doubt, use the race card, folks. The U.S. versus Georgia. So now the U.S. is filing Department of Justice to file a lawsuit against Georgia over voting law. Washington, D.C., the Department of Justice will announce a lawsuit Friday against the state of Georgia over its recently passed voting law, a source told ABC News. Attorney General Merrick Garland announced a lawsuit from Washington, D.C. All these generals are sure picking lanes, huh? At 11 a.m. The rights of the eligible citizens to vote are the central pillars of our democracy, Garland said. They are the rights from which all other rights ultimately flow. And it goes in to say how it's going to suppress blacks. In an explosive report, we caught them again. New findings show coordination and collusion between PA and Georgia in the 2020 you-know-what. We obtained a report showing what appears to be a coordinated effort in posting results in the 2020 election between the states of Pennsylvania and Georgia. The timestamps of updates to the 2020 election results in these two states are too similar to be coincidence. The report below shows a comparison between the presidential results recorded for Pennsylvania and Georgia in the 2020 election. Per a review using the Edison data released after the election, the report shows tabulations in the election which are far too coincidental or consequential. Panic. That's what I see. I see panic. And they're trying to cover their asses, man. And they're running out of time because the wave is coming, folks. And you all see it. You all know it. You all feel it. The momentum is coming. I read a tweet from Major Patriot. So let me get this straight. Within 24 hours of Mike Lindell, Sidney Powell, and Rudy Giuliani appearance in court to address the voting systems lawsuit, Giuliani gets his law license yanked. A building in the same neighborhood where the members of Trump family reside completely collapses. Also, McAfee's unit was in there. Also, the First Lady of Paraguay. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Paraguay. Her family was in there. John McAfee commits suicide, see? They fit him with a pair of concrete boots, see? Fits with a pair of concrete boots. And then Biden threatens F-15 airstrikes armed with nukes against Americans who want to take on the government. Nobody here is wanting to get out on the streets and take on the government. That's not what I'm proposing. That's not what I'm endorsing at all, folks. Let's get that straight. I'm simply bringing you the news, which I still feel we have that amendment. Freedom of speech. I mean, they're trying to take it all from us, folks, through fear. Through fear. How about that? I made the bill. Fucking whispering, creepy fucking whispering from Biden. Have you ever seen anything from a president so creepy? These people are going to go down in history as the worst people to ever walk the earth. All of them. And it's coming. But everyone's picking a lane, folks. Everybody's picking a lane. This is so bizarre, man. We are living in a bizarro world, isn't it? I mean, it's just fact is stranger than fiction. Our reality right now is crazier than any movie I even want to watch. How can anybody not be paying attention to what's happening right now? This is bizarre. This is bananas. This is fucking insane. Where we're at right now in society is a fork in the road. We're either going to make the ascension, we're either going to make the shift, or we're going to fail. There's no in between. Like, oh, everything's going to be okay. Let me just put my head in the sand. Everything will be okay. Folks, you can Venmo me D-Rod 1977 if you appreciate what I do. I appreciate you if you appreciate me. I would do this regardless anyway. This all is just an accident. I'm just heeding the call, so to speak. I shouldn't be alive today. I turned my life around. Today is a year and 6 months of sobriety for me. Never thought that was possible. I'll tell you that right now. I never thought that was possible. And I'm doing it. So if any of you have vices that you want to bust and take control of, if I can do it, I promise you, you can do it. Promise you. If I'm able to put away drinking, which was so important to me. I lived a life of stimulation with boxing and drinking and womanizing and being a complete derelict. If I can put that away and change my life, then any one of you can do the same thing. Just saying that. That's all I want to say on my sobriety. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. I am far from it. I have my own battles to fight daily in life. And all I can say is that I give all glory to God and Jesus Christ. And that's my power. That's where I get my strength to do what I'm doing. So if any of you ever want to, if you got to sacrifice something, you got to take the first step for God to take you the rest of the way, is what I firmly believe. And I'm living proof of that, folks. And I still have my battles every day. Believe me. But I still get out here and I try to bring you the news. Remember General Tom McInerney on ninoscorner.tv. I got Victor. I got Delora O'Brien, Victor Avila. Delora O'Brien is going to give me a report from the border. I got a lot of people coming up on the show, folks. It's going to be great. Remember, fringe content on ninoscorner.tv. And the fluff is on YouTube. If you want to call this fluff, this is G-rated for me. Venmo D-Rod 1977. I appreciate you. God bless all of you. Have a blessed weekend. And I should see you Monday. Peace.